Hi, Tony Poulos at ITU Telecom Asia, on location. Today I've got Ronald van Klonen, who's the CEO, Managing Director of Globeron in Singapore. Ronald, welcome. Could you tell us what Globeron does?
Globeron provides educational services like wireless security, but also looking in education for international standards. We also do consulting for companies, for governments, to help them to comply to rules and government regulations, and we do auditing as well.
You're on a panel entitled Security, Privacy and Trust. Who protects whom and from what? Why were you asked by the ITU to attend?
Probably because we're based in Asia, and wireless is actually a hot topic, wireless security. And we give a lot of education to certify people in certified wireless network profession.
Cybersecurity is very topical, especially since ITU announced the Impact program. Why is it only now that we're starting to worry about cyber terrorism?
Actually, computers are getting connected more and more, and people are getting connected more and more, especially with laptops and mobile devices. Cyber terrorism is something which is very hard to counterfeit, because they're using different computers. They misuse computers of home users and end users, and they distribute the attacks from different countries. So it's very hard for governments and for organizations to find where is the source, who is actually starting this kind of attacks to other organizations. So the words you can look into it is like denial of service attack, DOS, or actually DDoS, distributed denial of service attack. And nowadays with mobile networks and wireless networks, it will be more difficult to find those persons, because they can spoof the end users.
Can you give us some examples of cyber terrorism? How would we know if we're being attacked?
Yeah, how to know to be attacked is also a very difficult question, because what I mentioned earlier is spoofing can be done. So nowadays it's actually a government rule and regulation for the service providers to log information from who is actually the person downloading this kind of information, or maybe a terrorist sending some information over the network. Can we track them down or not, which is very difficult. So some examples of cyber terrorism is like difficult. They call it like a zombie PCs, all distributed over the whole world, and sending out all kind of attacks using different kind of automated programs to target a certain company or to target a certain government organization. We had last time an interesting discussion with Second Life, which is like the virtual world where all kind of cyber attacks find place. And those kind of items are very difficult to trace because of the laws and the regulations. They maybe don't apply to the Second Life or to the virtual world.
Many people are using mobile devices today for data communication. Are they safe from attacks?
Multiple people are using multiple devices, so not everybody is using the same hardware, the same software, the same type of device to connect to the wireless network. So the biggest problem service providers have, first of all, they want to create service availability, and they want to create service quality so that people can use wireless devices. The problem is, because of all those different wireless devices, the security level have to be lowered down, because not all those devices can comply to the latest security standards and latest encryption standards. So that will be an issue where employees actually are at risk for the organization, because confidential information from the organization can actually be tracked down to the end user if he's working at home or at an airport or at a coffee shop.
Ronald van Klonen, thank you very much for talking to us today on ITU Telecom TV.
Thank you very much.